This is Tina from TinaHeals.com. Do a little Google if you don't know who I am. Now let's get straight to the topic at hand, and I'm discussing personality types based on your moon sign in combination with your sun sign. There are 9 planets in astrology. The sun and moon are also planets, and each of these planets, they represent an idea, an archetype, a concept. The sun represents your exterior self, how you project your internal key out in the world. And the moon is all about emotions, your everyday habits, nurturing, mothering, how you are as a mother, how your mother dealt with you, all these things. This comprises the moon archetype. And it's imperative to really understand the moon, because just by knowing the sun sign, you only get to know what the person wants you to see, because the sun sign is what they project to you. It's what they want to perceive, or it's what they want you to perceive them as, right? So it's never the whole story. And if you've got your moon in Scorpio and your sun in Leo, then this is the right place for you. But you've got loads of very stubborn energy going with this one. I can tell you that you could be giving people hell because you just want things your way. It's my way or the highway taken to an extreme. I mean, this could be your story. If this is, watch on to know how you can correct it, right? So the moon. The moon is all about emotions, and your moon's in Scorpio, which is the 8th sign ruled by Mars in traditional astrology. In modern astrology, Scorpio, is ruled by Pluto, the god of the netherworld, unconscious. Scorpio deals with, its 8th house, deals with birth, death, inheritance, taxes, sexuality, right? So it rules the sexual organs, by the way. So with the moon in Scorpio, it's absolutely important for you to balance and understand your sexual energy, by the way. You're probably very, very secretive, but that's not something you can help with the moon in Scorpio. That's just the way you are. You're not vindictive, or you're not like you could be vindictive, of course, because you're the Scorpion, right? And Scorpios have to work through 3 archetypes. The one of the Scorpion, one is the eagle, and one is the phoenix, resurrecting from the ashes and really understanding alchemy and becoming the initiate, the phoenix. So this is how you have to work through. But with Scorpio moon, you tend to be secretive because you want to hold your cards close to your chest, and you don't want to reveal your game plan to everybody else, because trust comes difficult. Trust is difficult for you. It's not easy, okay? Trust is difficult for you. You don't know how to open up. You're not demonstrative. In fact, the moon does not do well in Scorpio, One would say that the moon should do well in Scorpio because it's all about emotions. The moon is all about emotions. But the moon is actually in detriment in Scorpio. And she does very well in Taurus, which is the polarity of the sign. But she hates it in Scorpio. And this could result in tremendous trauma during your childhood, and a lot of flux and movement and change, and people just coming and going. With Pluto's energy, people just come and go, and you don't know what to do. You may feel rejected at points. You may have had a hard childhood, or really loads of issues with your mother, if there are any ill aspects going on over there. But once you really understand the power that you have, the clairvoyant, the psychic abilities that you have, and you learn to use them, you tune into the empathy of Scorpio, and you become the eagle at least, and you see everything from a vantage point. And then you're able to piece together little narratives of humanity, of human consciousness, because you know how to penetrate the unconscious. Being Scorpio moon, you know how to penetrate the unconscious. So it's like you see a situation, you see a person, and you immediately get to the crux of the matter. it's like they can't keep anything hidden from you. It's those scanners you have at the airport that do the whole scan of the body, and you're completely see-through. So the Scorpio energy can be as penetrative as that. You feel completely vulnerable and open, which is one reason why people might open up to you a lot with this placement, because they just feel that you understand what they have to say. Their deep emotions come, come untangled in front of you. They want you to untangle their emotions and put them back together, because you have the ability to do that. You are the greatest detective and the greatest psychologist of the zodiac. Here you are the greatest initiator of the unconscious. This is your forte, Pluto's forte. This is your domain. This is where you work. So use that energy, use that psychic, absolute, penetrative, deep, deep energy that you have. And not just to play power games or play power politics, because that's something you've got to understand with the Moon in Scorpio. Power games don't lead you anywhere. And with Leo Sun now, that's another level of power play, okay? So fixed again, Scorpio's feminine being water, Leo is masculine, so your sun's in a masculine sign, and your sun is in its place of rulership. What does that mean? That means that the sun rules Leo, and rules, it just translates to a planet being able to express its energies harmoniously. So the sun is absolutely, shining gloriously in Leo. Like, look at me, embrace me, I am it, I'm the light, I'm the source, I'm everything. So there is ego at play with Leo suns always. In Scorpio moon, there's huge ego and huge power play. So that's something you've got to work through. Understand that your ego self is just a construct. Like we wear masks, personas, as Frida Fordham, a Jungian scholar, calls them. We have all these personas we put on. So the ego self is not something you should feed into. You know how the Native Americans say that there are two wolves inside of you. Everything depends on which wolf you're feeding. So if you are feeding into the positive wolf of Leo, then you are feeding creativity, passion, playfulness, childlikeness, not childishness, childlikeness. Okay, childlikeness may not be a word, but being in that childlike state, that innocence, that inner child work, that is Leo. Creativity, passion, love, romance. You're a lover, with Leo sun, and with Scorpio moon, you're really good in bed, and you have this tremendous sexual energy, because here you've got two of the greatest zing signs of the zodiac is your sun and moon. So you are really quite something in the sack. It's something you can work with. Balance your sexual key with Leo and Scorpio. It's imperative. It's something you have to do. So use sacred sexuality. That could be really productive for you. Grounding, absolutely necessary. Tree hugging can be very effective just to get the hateful, egotistical, boastful energy out of your Leo sun. You can try very many things, like create art with whatever you're feeling, and this is your Leo sun, so this is what you project to the world. You project this really regal leonine energy that I am the center of attention. You may not always want to be the center of attention, because after all you have this really covert and dark and deep. See, having moon in Scorpio, you've probably had loads of dark experiences. It's not something that you can do. That's why we have the word plutonic. It's intense. Leo sun, fire energy. It can really add to your charisma. It can really add to whatever it is that you do. Having your sun in Leo, you'll probably like to represent a very artsy side of yourself to the world, and having such a deep penetrative understanding of the human unconscious, you could really take that and create art and do anything. You can become an actor, because once you understand the mechanics of the mind, you can translate that into works of art. You can be a writer. doctor, you can do anything, you know. I hope you like that video as much as I like making it for you. Hit the like and subscribe button, share, comment, book a private session, or consider a donation to me. Thank you.